Hello, everybody. It's Friday. It's Friday. Oh, I love Fridays. I love Fridays no matter what. I just love Fridays. I am excited. We have a nice weather today. Let's get our weather forecast in first. It's sunny. It should be almost 50 degrees. On this weekend, we might hit almost 60 degrees. February 60-degree weather. Okay, And then they're talking about light snow on Sunday. So it's just that up and down ride. I'm willing to take it. I wanted to show you guys first and foremost, check it out. This is my Black History Month t-shirt for today. And check it out. Do you see it? Do you see it? Okay. All right. This one is really cute. Another purchase from Target. I snatched up one for myself and one for my sister, who I didn't tell her, and I mailed it to her. She was so excited. Oh my God, I'm gonna wear it. It's so cute. So yeah, and so in one little note, because I'm not promoting Target in any way, but I like that this is a Black artist that they had do this. They have little tags on the shirts, and they tell you if before you quickly cut them off and throw them away, just take a peek in the back of what it says. So for this t-shirt, it was designed by, now I'm going to once again not pronounce it probably right, but it's Naledi Teshigofatso Madupi. She's a South African-based illustrator. Naledi is a contemporary artist known for her ability to work between digital and traditional mediums and creates art that celebrates the beauty of Blackness. So that is super cool. I know who actually designed this artwork. She's from South Africa. And the other thing that they wrote, that at least 20% of the total fibers in this garment was supplied by Bridgeforth Farms, a fourth and fifth generation Black-owned cotton farming family business located in Tanner, Alabama. So there's another little note. So I thought that was really interesting that they chose to do that. I don't remember that in past years, so this is a different move for Target, but I'm loving it. I think it's just so pretty. It's got really pretty colors. I love the little gold around the edge. It's just lovely. It's lovely, and I can't wait to be able to wear it in the summer without a shirt. But if I did that right now, I would be cold. And and I have also on my watch, my face is, oh my God, I don't know which way to show it. It's a Black History Month, so red, black, and green time for the watch, and I keep flipping. You can't see it, but it is okay. I'll just do it upside down for you, but it's pretty cool, and it does actually, I think it changes by when I move my wrist and stuff. But anyway, now that we got all that out of the way, and it's nothing to do with books, this is the thing about Friday. It's so, not that I ever script, I never, and my son always says that, Mom, you would do better and you'd have a big audience if you would script what you say. And I'm like, I don't really, first of all, that's one of the reasons why I liked Friday Reads. I think when I first started on BookTube, I started, oops, sorry, I have bare feet down here and stubbed my toe. I started kind of, I would start and I'd record and I'd say something and I'd listen to it, I don't like that. And then I would kind of outline what I wanted to talk about. Now, there's a benefit to the outline, especially if you want to cover a lot of things. And I tend to do that when I do book chats because we all know I don't remember everything. And so I do need a little guidance there. But in terms of Friday Reads, I usually have an idea before I turn the camera on what I might want to talk about, but it's so kind of offbeat. And sometimes when I look back at the videos, I crack up because I'm like, really? Really? That's where you went? So that's what Friday is all about for me. So I hope that you stick around to the end of the video. And this is not scripted, but I do have ideas of what I want to talk to you guys about. Let's update on my reading so far. I kind of went sideways on the last 2 days of my reading and everything because we had a half day at school, and then we had physicals for the boys, and then it was at a time of day where I got stuck in traffic, so I just lost big chunks of time on those past 2 days, and so everything kind of suffered. And I know I need to plan for that more, when I know these things are going to occur. Just didn't know how much it was. So I had to hustle, literally. Let's start with this one, the big chunker. I had to hustle with this one before I got on with you all and finish for this week. I was a little behind. And so I had to sit my butt down and just do it. I'm really excited because I really like this schedule that I created. I feel like it is very doable, even despite having the interruptions in my schedule. I never can get comfortable with the pillow. Um, despite all of that effort, I kind of, I was still able to finish it even before, today. So I will be probably talking with my friend tomorrow because Sunday is Super Bowl Sunday. So we're not going to be talking about this on Sunday. I'm going to be eating and watching football and having fun. And no pressure because it's not my team there, so I can just watch it. Sometimes it's really nice to see other teams because then you can just enjoy the experience so like spectator like, and not like vested in anything. So it's going to be fun. So with this, I have finished my next segment, and I didn't show you, did I show you the ladies that I had in for this month? So I have Dorothy, Irene Height, and she's a civil rights activist, which I love this color of this one. I love the purples and her lipstick and her pearls. It's so cute. And then this one here, even her, she has pearls too. This is Fannie Lou Hamer, and she's an activist, orator, and community organizer. I love the colors in this one too because I like that earth tone that they did with the contrast with the black and her pearls. And yeah, so I'm loving it. So these are the two ladies for this past week. I haven't picked my two for the next reading segment, but we are officially more than halfway through the book. Look at that. And we are at what is today? Is today the 11th? I think today's the 11th. So look at that. Wait, hey. Let's celebrate the wins because I got a couple losers to talk about in a minute. Okay, so so there's that. So I am ready for discussion, and really loving it. And I flag like a crazy lady. Listen to that. Listen to the sound of the flag. So there's that. I will have another one of these to take out before I know it. These won't be here anymore because I'll have finished the book. So I'm excited about that. Very big win for me and a very good book. Last chapter that I just read, really, before I got on, I had to kind of sit with myself before I came on because I don't want to like translate the energy of frustration, anger, sadness, and that transpired after reading the last chapter that I was on. I can't wait to talk about this in a book chat, but I'm kind of intimidated because it is so complex and it is so comprehensive and big. It's almost like when I did The Warmth of Other Suns. I think when I do a book chat on this, I'm going to probably talk more about my reaction and reflection from the book, and then I will pull in maybe a few facts maybe from the chapters. I don't want to spoil it for anybody. But it's really hard to, I'm kind of curious, I have watched several interviews with Nicole Hannah-Jones, and she talks about the book, but everything she says just sounds great. I just don't know how I will summarize this experience of this knowledge and laid out in such a manner, so I am a little intimidated to do. I will tell you that up front. I am intimidated when I do have to do the book chat. I will do a book chat because it's an important book, but I don't know that I will even touch the surface of doing it justice. I just say read it. But I will also I think it's also great when you get to hear people talk about just how it affects them, or how it, how I was saying again, the overlap with other books, the information, which is cementing information in my mind that is very hard to penetrate at times. That has been a really enjoyable experience to be able to see, oh, I remember that. I just remembered reading that, and how the word was passed. A lot of the stuff in there, some of that comes into here as well, and I'm very much enjoying that overlap. And some of the Warmth of Other Suns is overlapped in here. So it's really, really nice in that sense. So I am doing what I probably will do when I do that book check, so I'll stop talking about that book right now. See, this is where maybe my son has a point, that a scripting would keep me in check. What I'm doing is throwing it on the floor, which I usually pull from the floor and go up, but I have, I'll tell you about it in a minute, what's going on over here, because there's stuff going on over here on the floor and you need to know. The other book that I'm actually getting more engaged with is The Sun is Sky by Jade Jada Mayberry. Super excited because I love it. Dee Dee is just magic. She picks these books and she's able to get the author at the end to talk about the book and we can ask them questions. And usually I am so like in awe and awestruck that I don't have a question ready. I'm like, oh my God, I just love them. And then I'm just like, oh, I love your book. That's all I can come up with. Like, so nothing profound, no deep question answered. I have learned though, over the pandemic, participating in a lot of virtual author talks, I really, really get excited about having a good question or having a question and having them answer it. It's just like the rock star, you just feel like, oh my God, I just like met that person, and you feel a connection even deeper than you did when they read their book. So I don't know if I'll have a question yet for this story, but I'm going to try to come up with one before then so I don't like make fool of myself again and just like, yeah, I love the book. So we are making headway with this. I need to get to here by Sunday. I need this much more. Hold on. Oh, where's my little second bookmark? Oh yeah, here. So I have that much to go, which is not too bad. It's just, I've been so tired. Like I said, the last 2 days were woo. There was like, I set it on the nightstand like this, and I got ready and everything, and I got to bed, and I looked over at it, and I was like, you gotta be kidding me. I'm not picking that book up. I'm so tired right now. It would just be a shame to pick it up because I'm gonna drop it because I'm gonna fall asleep. I looked at it for a long time and I was like, oh, I've just read a couple pages. And this inner dialogue was going there and I was like, no, it's not gonna happen. So I didn't read it for the past 2 days. I am going to pick it up again today. Seeing that I got some great headway in the 1619 project, I am going to pick this one up and try to make some headway in this. If I can finish and get to there today, that would be great because that gives me 2 extra days to play with. So there's that. All about love. Very promising. Nope. I've kind of fallen off. There's only so much you can read. I also have a couple little secret books that are small that I have been reading that I will mention at the wrap up of this month of what I've read. So that has also like kind of pushed this again to the side. And I'm hoping, because I know we're only in the 11th, so I could still pull this off and complete this. I would like to read a Bell Hooks book, and this is the one I've chosen, and I need to finish it. So I am still at the same place I was with you guys last time, and it's only 20 pages in. I'm hoping that maybe I will turn a page that will get me like really going. I think it's going to. I just am not giving it the right time. And it's getting your mindset ready and then just receiving the information. So there is that. So once again, here comes my excuse. I started like smart. I started with 1619 because I knew that I was like, when I am finished 2 days early, really 1 day early for my deadline. And now we're going to hear all the confessions of what I did not do. So I was saying I was going to do a coloring page for you guys. So remember last week's, this was this one, right? Well, the next one I'm not even showing you because shamefully I think I did 10 minutes into this and it's not done. So now I'm going to have this picture and another picture I was hoping to do for week 3. I don't know. We'll see. I will definitely get this week's done for next week, but I'm really hopeful that I'll get this one and the other one. I don't know where it is, but the other one, yeah, we'll save that for the end. I have to find one. I thought I had another one. 1, 2. Yeah, I think I have another one. Oh, here it is. So, I think I picked 2 that were a lot more detailed for like the Big Bang towards the end of the month. So now I am kind of, not going to use that word. I'm in a bad position. I'm going to finish this week's for next week for sure. And I will start engaging on the next one and we'll see. And we will pull off a miracle and finish all 4 and have 4 pages that we did for Black History Month, which was my goal. And I'm going to still try to keep trying to work towards it. What else was I going to tell you guys? I am late in getting my flu shot. Gonna get it. That's a little side note. I need to get that. I was supposed to do it on Christmas break. Didn't do it. Did a booster. Didn't do it. Didn't want to do them together. So I need to like hop to it and get that. But, oh, I know what I'm going to tell you. I'm looking at it. Okay, so around me, in the areas you cannot see, I have piles of books because I have embarked on a true book purge of my bookcases. And I say true, I mean true, okay? Because let's face it, I am a book buyer. I am a book reader, but I am a serious book buyer. I acquire books like nobody's business, right? And I know I'm speaking to the choir because many of you do the same thing. I buy more than I can read, and then it continues to compound. I even made a pact that I was going to read all of my birthday books from last year, because if I didn't, I couldn't get any this year. We'll see how we feel then. I don't know if I'll finish them all, but I definitely want to kind of hold myself accountable. So what I did, I started with one book in my office, and bookshelf case rather. And the funny thing was, I started with it. Usually, like when I've made confessions to you that I've purged, I will walk up to the bookcase, feel overwhelmed because there's so much in there, jammed in it, and then I will pull a few, and meet a number and then do it. But I pulled them all off the shelf of this bookcase and did that. I gotta really work through, and I have the bookcase where I want it. Nothing else can go on it. When I read some of these other ones, if I don't want to keep them, they will lose their place and I will get a replacement, but I want it to stay like that. I have several other bookcases, and so I need to work my way through the others in the house, and I'm just going to do the same thing. So what I discovered, and you'll find out, the long and the short is I'm starting a new mini series on the channel, what did I name it? Oh my God. The brain's not working. The name of it is The Curse of Book 2. Okay, that is the name of it. Because I have a tendency of buying a book, and I usually buy it because there's a lot of hype about it, and I'm like, okay, well it really rocked their world. I want to try it. I want to feel that feeling too, and I buy the book, or somebody that I respect, and I buy the book, and then. This is what typically might happen. I might be at a thrift store and I see another book by the author and I'm like, oh, I remember this. This is the book that so-and-so mentioned. Let me pick it up. I have 2 books by that same author. I haven't read their stuff before, and now they're just taking up real estate on the bookshelf. So I call it The Curse of Book 2 because generally, if I've purchased 2 books, and if I've read one by them, that's not really a curse. It's just, I bought another one, I just got to get to it. But if I haven't read the first book, it is kind of a curse. It's like it's jinxed me that I'm not really going to read it. So when climbing through this bookcase, I have so many books I bought so long ago. This is the other thing. I keep track of them on, is it Book Pal or Book Buddy. I scan the books in, so I know, and I usually write what I paid and when I bought them. I got books back from 2014. I am whispering because this should not be told to anybody else. And that's a long time ago. What? And my taste is changed. My taste changed from last year, and the year before, and the year before, because you're evolving. So I have some books that just got to go, but I wanted to share them with you because you know what? Sometimes putting it out there helps you move on. So I created a new mini series in Along in the Short, because I keep saying that and I'm babbling on about it, and I will talk about it in the first video, so you'll get another idea in case somebody comes in on it later too and hasn't watched my Friday videos. So I am picking books that I have 2 books of, and authors that I have 2 books from, and that I haven't read them. And I'm just going to talk about them. And this is where you come in, okay? It's not just me like spewing and talking away. What I want you to do is, did you read it? Do you think it's a good book? Or, you read it, you didn't like it, or you don't know, right? But what I am doing is, I have started the purging process. So because this series is going to be broken up, I'm going to do 2 authors per video so that I don't take, these are going to be mini. My goal is this is going to be an in and out video so that you can just go do this while you're making your coffee in the morning and then just be done with the video. You don't have to commit any long time listening to me babble on. So like now, so there will be many of them. And what I have done is I have actually donated some of the books that I will talk about in it, because I'm trying to kind of work through that process. But I have a pile over here of the ones that I videoed right now, and a pile over here of the ones, which is much larger, of that I still need to do. And what I decided to do in the process as well is to take a notebook and write down. I'm keeping track also, like, what is the oldest book, like, year that I bought a book in, which is disturbing. But I am looking at that. But I'm also keeping a list saying that this book doesn't have to stay on my bookshelf. I can write the title down and I can check it out of the library in the future if I want to read it. I can do it either as an ebook or a physical book, but it doesn't need to take up the space on my bookshelf because I am continuing to buy books. So where are they going to go? So having said that, that's, you know, the video is very, at least recording the first few, it's very therapeutic, even without having your input yet. I think it's just going to be phenomenal when I get more input because it will reinforce the new practice that I want to do. Like, you got to go, you can't stay anymore, you don't pay your rent, you got to go. So I am evicting books from my bookshelf to make way for new ones and to keep the ones that I really like, that I enjoyed. And I'm not a rereader so much so, but maybe in the future I might be. But I like to refer to books or to be able to recommend books. So I do sometimes keep books. You know, I do keep books that I don't have intentions of rereading. So that's my project. I hope you guys like it because I've already recorded a couple, and watch it tanks. Nobody watches, and I've invested time on it. They're short, so I won't be hurt if you don't like them. But I just thought the idea would be cool because, yeah, and it's also really illuminating to see how my taste has evolved. Like, I definitely have different tastes than I have now. Like, you know, and some of them, like, what was I thinking? But you know, there's no shame in that. There's no shame. I feel like, you know, like, I read all different genres. I read YA, I read adult fiction, literary fiction, nonfiction. I don't have aside from horror, I'm not a really big horror fan, but I was when I was a kid. But I don't have any shame in what I had purchased because at that point in time, I thought that was something I wanted to read, and I kind of jumped on the grave train, you know, of like, hey, this is a great book. So I just want to share it, and maybe it'll help somebody else. Maybe this will help somebody else because I'm telling you right now, I have completed one bookshelf, and it looks fabulous. It looks fabulous, like a bookstore, like not even a bookstore, like a art museum. It looks just so nice. And so I'm excited to continue to do that with all my other bookcases. So that is all I want to say, because now this is sucking up all my Friday reads, and I don't know what you guys have planned for your weekend, but I don't want to take up more time. But look for those. I will probably post the first one on Monday. Not sure if I get a sense of how many there will be, then I'll figure out the spacing so that you can get a chance to see them and they don't pile up too much. But I'm trying to keep them as short as possible. One thing that I will say is most of them, I don't remember what the book was about. So unfortunately, I am reading the back of the book. I say unfortunately because sometimes that gets boring to watch. But, you know, bear with me. And that is how it's panning out so far, because I didn't want to take time to go look up summaries and then remember them. I just figured, you know, let's just go for it raw and just right there, read what is there and see if it resonates with me today. So I want to take you on that journey, and I hope you want to do it with me because I think it would be fun, and I think in the end I'm going to be very happy. So having said that, I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Look at my t-shirt one more time. And I hope you read a lot. I hope I can read a lot between today and tomorrow because football's on Sunday. And I will have a colored page, and I will have made progress on these books. Let me know what you're working on this weekend and how things are going, and if you're excited about my new series, or if you're like, well, whatever, Belinda. So I won't be hurt, maybe a little, but at least I have an idea of who might be like turned off by it. Anyway, I will talk to you soon. Okay, take care. Bye bye.